quickly talk about factorization. So let's start with, you've done that already somehow in JHS, right? But let's still go over that. So if you have an equation like this, x squared plus 7x plus 12. To factorize, you look for two numbers that if you multiply them, you get what? 12. Or the constant term over here. You get 12. And when you add them, you get the coefficient of the x term over here. Yeah. So what two numbers are those going to be? 4 and 3. So 4 times 3 gives me 12. And then 4 plus 3 gives me 7. So in that regard, I'll write this as x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. All right, plus 12. So I'll now have x multiplying the brackets will be plus, what will be here? Multiplying the brackets, x plus 4. All equal to 0. So if I'm done with this, and I'll group the outside things in one part and the bracket in another as well. So that would be x plus 4 multiplying, yeah. Yes, this is just factorizing this. We're just simplifying this one up. So they have, these two guys have 3 as their highest common factor. So bring it out and then multiply with the rest of the figures. So multiplying x plus 3 equal to 0. So I can now say that x plus 4 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. So in this case, x will be equal to, or x will be equal to minus 3. So basically, those are how we can go about that. Let's do another question as well. X squared, you should try your hands on that and give me the values. X squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Yeah. X squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, so what two numbers would we multiply to get minus 3? Add them to get minus 2. What two numbers are those? Negative 3 and 1. All right, negative 3 and 1. Negative 3 and then 1. So our values will now be x squared minus 3x plus x minus 3 equal to 0, right? So now I have x multiplying x minus 3 plus 1 x minus 3 equal to 0. So I finally have x plus 1 and then x minus 3. Is that okay? So x squared minus 3x plus x minus 3 equals 0. So I have x plus 1 and x minus 3 equals 0. If we should equate this individual brackets to 0, we have x to be equal to the first one, or x being equal to 3. So these two are going to be our answers. All right, let's solve the last one this way. Some questions may be presented like this. So let's try them. 2x squared plus 9x plus 10 equals 0. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, so the first temptation is that some students may say, okay, what two numbers will I multiply to get 10? And what two numbers will I add to get 9? But actually, this have an effect on the value here. So it's what two numbers do I multiply to get 2 times 10, 20? And what two numbers do I add to get 9? In the previous questions, we're just using this because if it's a monic polynomial, monic means that the coefficient here is 1. So if you have 1 here, that's something that if you multiply here, you just get a 12. So whenever I see the x squared term having a coefficient than 1, you have to multiply it to this one. I hope you get that. So in that case, what two numbers will I multiply to get to get yes, to get 20, and then add them to get 9? What numbers are those? Good. 5 and 4. So 5 and then 4. So I would have 2x squared plus 5x plus 4x plus 10 equals 0. So 2, you say? Okay, that would make it easier. All right, sure. So 4x plus 5x. So now I have 2x into bracket x plus, good, plus 5 into bracket x plus 2 all equal to 0. Yes, because they share this in common. That's a common factor between these guys. So it's more of a factorization. Okay, so I have 2x plus 5 multiplying, second bracket is x plus 2 all equal to 0. If I equate these things to 0, 2x plus 5 equals 0, I'll get x to be equal to minus 5 over 2, or x plus 2 equals 0, x will be equal to minus 2. So I have x being equal to minus 5 on 2. Yeah. All right, I'll clarify on that later. So x is equal to minus 5 on 2, or x is equal to minus 2. Make sure you don't write x is equal to minus 5 over 2 and it's all, because both of them cannot stand at the same time. Is that okay? Are you okay? All right. So solve a couple of x. So solve this example. 2x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0.